Chapter 21. Skill Card. Level. 1 star. Meteorite. After use, a boulder will drop in a space of 10 meters * 10 meters, and the cooling time will be 24 hours. Note. Kill those bastards. This is also the first skill card Fang Fan owns, which is relatively good. Skills are also graded. Ordinary skill cards have no rank, and their power will not be very large. A 1-star level skill card like this is already pretty good. Bang bang bang. Chug shoo. Fang Fan was walking in the downtown area of Yangcheng City when he heard gunshots, which seemed particularly intense. Is there another big zombie group? Then I can go over and get a piece of the pie. Fang Fan was thinking this way, but found that many survivors were running frantically towards this side. The Chen family and the Wu family are already working. The fire at the city gate has affected Chiu. I heard that a powerful swordsman army suddenly appeared in the Chen family this time. It had already suppressed the Wu family, but I didn't expect a powerful army to appear in the Wu family later. Hey, the Wu family has spoken, and this time the entire Chen family is going to be wiped out. I think there is quite a lot of confidence there. The Chen family is in danger this time. The force of the Wu family is really too strong, and it is only natural that the Chen family can't beat it. It's just that this Yangcheng City will become the word of the Wu family in the future. I'm afraid our life will be even more difficult. The survivors were still talking about these things as they fled. Fang Fan's expression remained the same, and it seemed that the Chen family was indeed in trouble. Although Fang Fan has some contacts with the Chen family and has done a big business, Fang Fan has no intention of wading into the muddy waters this time. The law of survival in the apocalypse, the strong eat the weak. This rule is very strong and direct. The Chen family destroyed the Wu family, which was their life. In turn, the Wu family destroyed the Chen family, which was even more fatal. Fang Fan strode forward, everything was a cloud to him. In the old house where the Chen family was located, gunshots continued. Don't go, check it out for me. Don't let any cub of the Chen family go. Maid, these Chen family members are crazy. They dared to challenge our martial arts family. Crap, who gave them enough courage? By the way, pay attention to one person. This guy has 2 legions in his hands. He killed Wu Yong, Grass, killed an elite team of our Wu family. On the land of Yangcheng, whoever dares to oppose our martial arts family will be courting death. Our Wu family will not let them go. We must kill them. At every intersection, there are warrior family members guarding them, and looking at their style, they want to wipe out the entire Chen family. It's rooting. It is indeed a bit vicious, but the reality is so cruel. Winning the king or defeating the bandit is to bear such a price. Fang Fan frowned as he looked at the barricades in front of him. These people were a little lost. What are you doing? Step aside. Guan Hai stepped forward and directly lifted the roadblocks. They were not looking for trouble, but they were not afraid of trouble. What are you doing? Get out. Dare to be arrogant with our Wu family's territory. Are you so tired of living? A small head of the Wu family stared at Guan Hai, and launched an attack on Guan Hai in his words, but he was the opponent of Guan Hai with 2-star combat power. He slapped it and turned over several somersaults. Boss, this group of people seems to be the murderer wanted by the main family. They killed young Master Wu Yong, and also wiped out the elite team of our Wu family. Number 22. Chapter 22. Don't mess with me. There are also a few notices posted on the roadblocks. The portraits on them are lifelike, but they don't look like Fang Fan at all. But the 2 legions under Fang Fan's hands were too revealing. Within the scope of Yangcheng City, having 1 legion is considered a great survivor, let alone 2 legions. In an instant, Fang Fan's identity was revealed. Fang Fan waved his hand, and the Yellow Turban leader army had already rushed over, killing a few Wu clan scoundrels who were blocking the way. Shish. The last little brat of the Wu family frantically blew his whistle a few times before he died, as if he was calling the police. Fang Fan shook his head. He had already made up his mind to leave Yangcheng directly and head to a large city with a larger population in order to complete his mission of the strongest card shop. But now these people seem unwilling to let him go. What's going on here? Still want to practice 2 laps. Catch the killer. Patriarch's order. Catch this guy. There's a big reward. Catch the murderer who killed young Master Wu Yong. Don't let him run away. From all directions, young men with guns rushed towards them. Some of these young men were holding guns, while others were wielding a large blade. But no matter what, their attitude is very unified, that is, they want to kill Fang Fan. Take down his army. Revenge. Ha ha. Then let the hatred come more violently. Fang Fan glanced at the submachine gun in his hand. This submachine gun was snatched from the elite martial arts team. At that time, if those people didn't want to shoot him, Fang Fan would not kill him. Now, these people want to use this as an excuse to do a wave of reverse operations. Fang Fan shook his head. If his strength was not strong enough, he might really have to follow in the footsteps of the Chen family. Guan Hai, Hans, kill me. Fang Fan gave an order, and the 2-star Yellow Turban leader army dispatched directly and charged in all directions. The 1-star Gothic submachine gunners corps, with Fang Fan as the corps, began to shoot frantically. The Yellow Turban leader corps has been promoted to 2-star, and the Yellow Turban leaders inside also have 2-star combat power. It is difficult for ordinary guns and ammunition to cause fatal damage to them. And the Gothic submachine gunners corps is extremely ferocious, and the battle situation rises to the peak in an instant. The surrounding warrior family was swept away directly. This was a crushing situation. It is too casual for the 2-star army to fight against these ordinary people. My lord, a large army is surrounded, at least 300 people. Guan Hai came over to report the information, and Fang Fan's face turned gloomy in an instant. These people really work tirelessly. Since the Wu family wants to die, then he can definitely help. The Yellow Turban leader corps joined forces and attack from the front. The Gothic submachine gunners are divided into 2 teams and attack from both sides. This is a healing card and a supply card. Don't be afraid to waste cards, I have them here. My request is only one, slaughter these people. Fang Fan glanced at the bullet holes all over the body of several Gothic submachine gunners, and was furious to the extreme. What the Wu family did in this city, he didn't want to care, and he couldn't care. But they want to bully him, want to sacrifice his Fang Fan's head to the sky, then they have to pay the price they deserve. This price is destined to be based on blood. Number 23. Chapter 23 Vampire Banshee. The killing feast has begun. Kill them all to me, and I will avenge my son. Wu Chongluo, the head of the Wu family, had a murderous look on his face, and he surrounded Fang Fan and his party with hundreds of people. In addition, there are several powerful legions to follow. 1-star Vampire Banshee Legion. It turned out to have such a powerful army, no wonder the Chen family would lose. Fang Fan glanced at it, and he almost had a measure in his heart. The battle is triggered instantly. Although there are many people in the Wu family, the Yellow Turban Leader Corps and the Gothic Submachine Gunner Corps under Fang Fan are even more elite. Once the battle, the scene is extraordinarily grand. Flee me, kill that kid, then his legion will be paralyzed because it loses its master. Wu Zongluo glanced in the direction of Fang Fan, with a murderous look on his face. He originally thought that with such a large formation, he could basically push it in one wave, but the strong resistance of Fang Fan's army made him feel frightened. These soldiers in golden armor are like ghosts on the battlefield, with agile speed and extremely powerful combat effectiveness. Ordinary bullets hit them, even blood is hard to come out. If these legions in golden armor continue to be slaughtered recklessly on the battlefield, no matter how powerful the Wu family is, they will be defeated. Wu Zongluo's eyes were fixed on Fang Fan. Only by winning this person can we achieve the final victory. Vampire Banshee Legion, give up the fight, gather to attack. Wu Zongluo took out his trump card. The newly promoted 1-star Legion Vampire Banshee Corps saw 7 Vampire Banshees break through in formation and stab out from the defense line of the Yellow Turban Leader Legion. The bullets fired by the Gothic Submachine Gunners, it's hard to hit them. This is a group of ghosts on the battlefield. Their faces looked extremely terrifying, their beautiful figures twisted from side to side, and their sexy bodies were exposed. Skill. Meteorite falls. Fang Fan recited softly, and the space area 10 meters in front of him suddenly flickered with huge boulders and began to land crazily indiscriminately. Those blood-sucking banshees were caught off guard and were injured several times in an instant. But this didn't stop them from moving forward, they became more crazy and more urgent. This is your own death. Fang Fan waved his hand. Guanhai had left the battlefield with a few Yellow Turban leaders and returned to support. A 2-star Yellow Scarf leader versus a 1-star Vampire Banshee, this is the crushing of quality. Sizzle. Guanhai held a machete and slashed the leading Vampire Banshee in half. Immediately, the remaining Vampire Banshees panicked and tried to flee towards the surroundings. It's a pity, they have lost the chance to escape. The digital 2-star Yellow Turban leaders have blocked their escape route, killing them one by one. The strongest combat power of the Wu family. The Vampire Banshee army was completely destroyed in the blink of an eye. Impossible, it's impossible, my vampire army is the most powerful. This is a 1-star army. My Vampire Banshee army. The face of Wu Zongluo, the head of the Wu family, who was standing in the rear and commanding the battle, changed dramatically. Obviously, he was terrified. His greatest support is gone. These people in front of me are extraordinarily powerful. Since you have such ability, it is better to join our martial arts family. I am willing to share this Yangcheng with you. Share the glory and wealth. Wu Zongluo stood up with an embarrassed smile on his face and said to Fang Fan. Number 24. Chapter 24 Recruiting Employees. Surrender. The glory and wealth of Yangcheng City. Does it exist? This city has long been destroyed by zombies. What's more, Fang Fan didn't want to cooperate with this group of people. Although your excellency is strong, but after all, there are not many people in your hands, and after fighting for so long, you must be tired. If you continue to fight, we can also annihilate you by relying on the tactics of the sea of people. I hope your excellency will not make a mistake. Quote. Wu Zongluo was well versed in negotiation. He first gave a big red date, and then started to give a big stick. Wu Zongluo's hands were embedded in flesh and blood, and he didn't want to stop the fight. Fang Fan killed so many people in their Wu family, and also killed his son. A bloody revenge. Must be avenged. Humph. When you let down your guard, I will completely imprison you and take your legion. I want to make you human. I want to make your life worse than death. A wicked look flashed across Wu Zongluo's face. Fang Fan touched his nose, an old-fashioned way. I'm sorry, I don't think your Wu family has the qualifications to negotiate with me. And your words, it's really too much. Fang Fan waved his hand. Guanhai had already rushed out like a shell from the chamber, slashing Wu Zongluo's head with a knife. The stubborn resistor. Kill. If you don't want to die, get out. Fang Fan said indifferently. He was far from being as kind as he imagined, but he also had his own personality. Bottom line. To survive in the last days, kindness to the enemy is cruelty to oneself. Yangcheng. Today is destined to be a brand new reshuffle of forces. The Chen family, a big family that has been rooted in Yangcheng for hundreds of years, was first destroyed, and then the head of the Wu family was killed, and the Wu family collapsed into a mess. The two powerful families collapsed one after another, making the bloody aura of the city even more intense. Two black shadows suddenly appeared in the distance. Guanhai subconsciously wanted to go forward to block it after seeing it. Eunuch, it's me. In the darkness, Chen Bu's figure loomed. Next to him stood a middle-aged man in cyan armor. Guanhai, step back. Fang Fan waved his hand, signaling Guanhai not to change. Endong, our Chen family, was slaughtered. Only I relied on Cao Hong to kill a bloody way and escape. Thank you for avenging such blood revenge for my Chen family. Chen Bu knelt down on his knees, his face covered in blood, looking very sincere. Fang Fan also moved, but sighed unnaturally. Survival in the apocalypse is so cruel. I'm used to seeing life and death, so I don't feel anything. You don't need to thank me. I didn't mean to avenge your Chen family, it's just that the Wu family provoked me, and I killed them at will. Fang Fan shook his head, his face was still cold and his voice was still cold. No matter what, it was Endong who destroyed the Wu family and avenged my Chen family's blood revenge. In this life, I would like to follow Endong's side and be a servant. Chen Bu slammed his head firmly on the ground, and a ray of blood shot out, obviously he was bleeding from the head. Fang Fan opened his mouth, and subconsciously wanted to refuse, he didn't want any fuel bottles. Ding. Immediately, the task of recruiting employees will start. Recruiting staff. Recruit Chen Bu to become the staff of the strongest card shop. Success reward. Open agency permissions. Failure penalty. System strikes for 1 month. Remarks. As the most powerful card supplier, how can there be few younger brothers? Fang Fan sighed and abruptly reversed his voice. The dog system is going to do something. Number 25. Chapter 25 Agents. Threatened to go on strike. What is it that has a temper? I'm about to open a strongest card shop. Would you like to be an employee of this shop? Fang Fan asked with a dark face. I'm willing. I'll do whatever my benefactor asks me to do. Chen Bu's eyes flickered, and he had consecrated Fang Fan. Fang Fan sighed. Don't you know that being an idol is a lot of pressure? Chen Bu originally owned a Qingzhou army corps, but when the Chen family was destroyed, the Qingzhou army corps was crippled, leaving Cao Hong alone there. Yangcheng City is considered a waste. The zombies have almost been cleaned up, and there is no point in staying here. If you want to seek development, you can only go to Zhongcheng. Before the end of the world, Zhongcheng was one of the top economic metropolises in China. It has a population of tens of millions. Even if most of them are turned into zombies, at least millions of survivors can be preserved. And a population of tens of millions means that there are tens of millions of zombies. This is a good opportunity. Go to Zhongcheng. Perhaps only a metropolis like Zhongcheng can meet the requirements of the dog system to open card shops. Fang Fan made up his mind and nodded secretly. Ding. Complete the immediate task to recruit staff. Mission reward. Activate agency permissions. Introduction. The host can grant lower-level agents, and the agent has the qualification to sell daily series cards and lower-level cards on behalf of the host. According to the current scale of the host, the agent of the host is qualified to sell the daily series of cards, serum cards and healing cards, as well as normal black iron cards. The agent will take 1% of the profit, and the host, as a supplier, can get 9% of the profit. Agent. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes. This system is not bad. Originally, he was still thinking, if he really opened a card shop, wouldn't it be too boring to watch over the counter all day buying and selling cards? The emergence of agents has solved this trouble, and Fang Fan only needs to be responsible for those high-end VIP customers in the future. Scattered small customers, let the agent solve it. And Fang Fan is also very satisfied with this pumping system. The agent only takes 1% of the fee, he takes the big buck and takes 9% of the fee. The dog system is still more humanized. From Yangcheng to Zhongcheng, if you walk on foot, I am afraid you will not think about it for a few months. Fang Fan found an off-road vehicle and a large truck in the Wu family's base. Fang Fan and Chen Bu each drove one. As for those soldiers, they haven't got their driver's license yet. On the two vehicles, some food and water were mainly placed, as well as a large number of bullets and guns. At present, most of the zombies have not mutated, and the lethality of ordinary guns against zombies is still very large. Especially those submachine guns and machine guns, it would be a shame to just throw them away, let alone a few boxes of grenades. Lord, there are zombies blocking the road ahead. Driving on the highway, Guan Hai's alert sound came. Fang Fan's eyes teleported over, and the highway in front was blocked by a group of strange zombies. These zombies are formed after various animals have been attacked by viruses, including ape zombies, jackal zombies, and even huge tiger and leopard zombies. Fang Fan glanced around. If he guessed correctly, there should be a zoo nearby, and these zombies may have run out from there. Number 26. Chapter 26 1 Star Awakened. Uncle Liang, I can't run. I shouldn't have listened to my father's words and had to run out. These zombies are so terrifying. Uncle Liang, run away. You are an awakened. You will definitely be able to run out. Leave me alone. Among the zombies, Zhao Yaxin was full of despair. There are more and more zombies gathered around, and her escort team has been eaten up by the zombies. Soon, it will be her turn. The gun in his hand has no bullets, and now he can only rely on Uncle Liang to persevere. Life and death are on the line. Regret and fear grew in Zhao Yaxin's heart. If she was given another chance to choose, she would never be so willful. Her willfulness has killed too many people, and in this wild country ridge place, obviously there will be no more miracles. Zhao Yaxin looked at the pistol in her hand. She suddenly regretted why she didn't leave a bullet for herself. She can even feel the stench of those disgusting zombies. Bang bang bang. One after another gunshots swept across the sky and came suddenly. In despair, Zhao Yaxin suddenly grabbed the arm of the old man beside her. Uncle Liang, did you hear it? There were gunshots. Someone came. My father came to save me. We are saved. Zhao Yaxin wiped off the blood on her face, and the blood all over her body was flowing frantically. This kind of feeling of another village in the shadows of the willows and flowers. It made her feel so excited. Most of these are mutant zombies. They are all one-star zombies. Are these zombies advancing too fast? Fang Fan was holding a submachine gun, and there was a hint of surprise in his eyes. But obviously, under the crushing of the two-star legion like the Yellow Turban leader legion, these zombies are destined to become the souls of the sword. The one-star zombie explosion rate is different. Fang Fan looked at the cards and magic crystals all over the ground and nodded with satisfaction. Quote, experience card, new card, introduction. After using it, you can get a lot of experience, which can promote upgrades. Note, if you have a sufficient number of experience cards, you can theoretically become the supreme god. However, there will be some limitations. Ding. Use the experience card to gain an experience. Ding. The host's experience point has reached the critical point. Start leveling up. A system sound came. Fang Fan felt a warm flow of heat passing through, and then his eyes lit up. Name. Fang Fan. Level. 1 star awakened. Legion. Yellow Turban Leader Legion. 2 stars Gothic Submachine Gunners Legion. 1 star. Skill. Meteorite falling from the sky. 1 star. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows. Has he become a 1-star awakener? Upgraded. This experience card. So useful. In fact, Fang Fan's accumulated experience has almost reached the critical point, and with the impact of an experience card, he broke through again. It's not unusual. Many thanks to this gentleman for saving us. Still don't know the name of the gentleman. Zhao Yaxin walked in the direction of Fang Fan with Uncle Liang, and started to thank him after a distance. Fang Fan. Fang Fan glanced at the two survivors in front of him, feeling quite astonished. The woman in front of her is very beautiful, and her whole body is full of the gorgeousness of a mature woman. The beautiful facial features and graceful figure always give people a feeling of imagination. Even with a lot of blood stains on his body at the moment, it is still difficult to hide his brilliance. Fang Fan also subconsciously looked at it twice, but soon turned his head, glanced around the jeep, and was ready to continue on the road. Number 27. Chapter 27 Order of Zhongcheng. Men like beautiful women, it's normal. It is a normal man's routine to look at him subconsciously. But that's enough for now, and if you continue to go deeper, it will look dirty. Zhao Yaxin stood there in amazement. Why is this man so cold? A beautiful woman like her, aren't these men willing to come up and talk a little more? Zhao Yaxin nodded secretly. Fang Fan's evaluation improved a lot. Sir, I beg you to send us back to Zhongcheng. Zhao Liang, who was beside him, stepped forward and started a formal conversation. This place is deserted, their car has been destroyed by zombies long ago, and now they can only rely on Fang Fan. Fang Fan inspected his jeep and saw that there was no problem and started the engine, but he didn't pay any attention to Zhao Liang's plan. Zhao Liang's face is full of embarrassment. This is so embarrassing. Sir, we will give you a lot of rewards. 100 magic crystals, 300, 1000, make a deal. Fang Fan turned his head and glanced at the two people strangely. These two guys seem to have unusual identities. Can they promise 1,000 magic crystals at every turn? We don't have so many magic crystals on us now. When we return to Zhongcheng, we will definitely pay. Zhao Yaxin said very sincerely. Fang Fan thought for a while, then nodded. He is not worried that these people will default on their accounts, his accounts are not so good. Aren't you from Zhongcheng? Zhao Yaxin looked at the direction Fang Fan was driving, and occasionally glanced at the map. No, I'm from Yangcheng. Fang Fan nodded and glanced at Zhao Yaxin through the reflector. This woman was quite attractive. Yangcheng, how did you escape from there? How is your situation in Yangcheng? Have you already been captured by zombies, so you all fled? Zhao Yaxin's words were mixed with a sense of anxiety, and her emotions seemed a little excited. Fang Fan frowned. This guy. What's the situation? No, all the zombies in Yangcheng have been killed, so I want to find a bigger city and continue to kill zombies. Fang Fan's voice was particularly indifferent, and when it came to killing zombies, his words showed an unparalleled sense of confidence. Zhao Yaxin opened her cherry mouth, her face full of surprise. This guy, is his brain stuck? Survival in the apocalypse, the survivors can't wait to find a paradise without zombies. This guy is good, do the opposite. Want to meet more zombies. What the hell is this thinking? I don't get it, but the solemn expression on Fang Fan's face doesn't seem to be fake. By the way, you said that you were from Zhongcheng. How is the situation in Zhongcheng now? Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and was about to go to Zhongcheng. If he could get some intelligence support, it would be a good thing. Zhongcheng's current situation is okay, because the major families have organized their staff in a timely manner after the end of the world to drive away the zombies. Where the end of the world comes, the major forces cooperate with each other and have driven out the zombies in the inner city. Now the inner city is a pure land, but the outer city is still full of zombies. Those who have the conditions have entered the inner city to settle down, and those who don't have the conditions can only stay in the outer city and continue to survive. Those big families are really hateful, watching so many innocent survivors killed by zombies. Number 28, Chapter 28 The Law of Survival. Zhao Yaxin was a little excited, and Fang Fan gave her a strange look. Didn't expect this silly girl to have such feelings. It is very rare in the apocalypse. However, Fang Fan also got some preliminary information from her, such as the current distribution of forces in Zhongcheng. The inner city and the outer city divide the powerful and the commoners. The outer city is still chaotic, with hordes of zombies, but the inner city clearly has initially become a pure land. Such a city is more conducive to Fang Fan's development. Miss, those people from the big family can't do anything. The inner city is so big, if we let all the survivors rush in, we will all die. It is always necessary for some survivors to attract the attention of zombies. The old man on the side covered his wound and couldn't help but say one more sentence. Humph, is human life so cheap? For their own selfish desires, they can abuse life like this. They are so hateful. As Zhao Yaxin spoke, her teeth itched with hatred. Fang Fan shook his head, a pure little girl. Judging from her appearance, she should not have been nurtured by the end of the world. Or is she herself the child of a powerful person in Zhongcheng? Come from a big family. The end of the world, this is the era when the rules are trampled. When survival is not guaranteed, it would be too naive to talk about benevolence and righteousness at such a time. The end of the world has its own rules of survival. What we can do is to make ourselves stronger as possible. If everyone is allowed to enter the inner city, they are all safe and lose their desire to continue to be strong, but the zombies will become stronger and stronger. What kind of situation do you think it will evolve into in the end? Maybe the entire city will die. Fang Fan spoke calmly while driving the car. Zhao Yaxin fell into silence. She is not a fool, she just has more compassion. From this perspective, she had to admit that what Fang Fan said was very reasonable. Overprotection, maybe a chronic poison. I can't see it now, when the poison is dead, it will be too late. The car in front, stop, quickly stop. Seeing that the distance from Zhongcheng was getting closer and closer, suddenly there were roadblocks in front of them. What's in the car? Let me check it out. A few guys in uniform came over and glanced at Fang Fan, looking very arrogant. Chen Biyu was ready to start holding the submachine gun. Fang Fan waved his hand to signal him not to act rashly. I'm from the Zhao family, please let me go. Zhao Yaxin looked happy when she saw these people in front of her. Someone set up roadblocks, indicating that they were about to enter Zhongcheng. People from the Zhao family. Brother, all the guns and ammunition are loaded in the back. The whole car is full of them. A younger uniformed youth suddenly shouted, and the little leader in the lead suddenly changed his face, his eyebrows raised, and he looked a little excited. People can go, but the goods stay. The little head raised his head, very arrogant. This is my Zhao family's goods, you dare to intercept it. You don't want to live anymore. Zhao Yaxin stuck her head out, looking very dissatisfied. Hee hee, I wanted to let you go, but you are courting death. The people of the Zhao family. Are they awesome? Who knows if I kill you all here. Give me their guns. Number 29. Chapter 29 Zhang Xiao. When the little boss heard the Zhao family, his eyes jumped. Obviously, he was more concerned about this aspect. But there is still some distance from the inner city of Zhongcheng, and even if what happened, no one knows at all. Immediately, the little boss looked a little sloppy, with murderous intent in his eyes. Fang Fan shrugged, a cliché plot. Seeing Zhao Yaxin's angry face, Fang Fan patted her on the shoulder to comfort her. Don't be angry with your identity everywhere, many times your identity will put your life in danger. Guanhai, Hans, let's solve it. Fang Fan waved his hand, and the Yellow Turban leader corps and the Gothic submachine gunners corps, who were hiding in the large truck behind them, shot at the same time. These dozen or so guys with weapons were not opponents at all. Without even firing a single shot, the Yellow Turban leaders dealt with it with the machetes in their hands. There was blood all over the place, and the scene was spectacular. Lord, 3 pistols and 7 semi-automatic rifles have been confiscated. Guanhai came forward to report the victory. Well, move them to the car and move on. Fang Fan nodded, lit his jeep, and continued on his way. Just now, thank you. Zhao Yaxin's face was a little flushed. She originally wanted to help Fang Fan, but she didn't expect to end up doing it a disservice. I should thank you, you are also kind. Fang Fan shrugged, seemingly indifferent, and continued to drive forward. Zhao Yaxin stared at Fang Fan's back. It was hard to imagine that this cold-looking little man could kill so decisively. Only a few days after the end of the world, this will has been exercised. The closer you get to the inner city of Zhongcheng, the more zombies there are. At the same time, there are correspondingly small survivor camps in groups of 3 or 5, and the figures of the survivors are constantly shuttled. When they saw Fang Fan's car passing by, each had a malicious expression on their faces, but when they saw the more than 20 heavily armed soldiers being transported in the truck behind, they put their fangs away again. In front of you is the inner city of Zhongcheng. Zhao Yaxin reminded silently. Get off. Get checked. At the gate of the inner city, a temporary fortification was erected, guarded by many heavily armed soldiers on both sides. The leader was a young man with red hair, holding a submachine gun and yelling at the pedestrians. Hong Mao, it's the young lady who was back. Today, you are guarding the city gate. Zhao Liang, who hadn't spoken for a long time, hurriedly called out when he saw Hong Mao, and he seemed to know each other. It's Uncle Liang. Get out of the way, everyone. Let the car go in first. When Hong Mao saw Zhao Liang, his expression changed immediately, and he hurriedly started to clear the field. Wait, I said what happened to your Zhao family? Don't you know what to check? It's all ordered from above, and no one is allowed to enter at will. Can you still do it? No, get out of here. A group of fully armed men and horses walked in the distance. The leader was wearing black leather armor and had several teeth marks on his face, which seemed to have been bitten by a zombie. Zhang Xiao, this is our eldest lady. The red hair was originally black, and was about to raise the muzzle. After seeing the face of the visitor, he quickly whispered, Yo, it's Miss Zhao. What's the matter? Is this coming back? The old man of the Zhao family has been very angry these days. Miss Zhao naturally doesn't need to investigate, but these people, how come I've never met them? What if they are thugs? Number 30. Chapter 30 Conflict at the gate of the city. Zhang Yu walked over with a ruffian look on his face, looking extremely arrogant. Zhang Yu, these are my friends. Show me some respect. Zhao Yaxin looked at the visitor. Her face was a little unsightly. She pushed the door and got out of the car, dressed in military uniform, but she was valiant. Yo, Miss has such a big temper. But I'm also implementing the above regulations. Search me. Do a good search. Zhang Yu looked at Zhao Yaxin with a gloomy smile on his face, waved his hand, and the horse behind him strode over and started to check. Young Master Zhang, there are 24 people in total, 2 of them are survivors and the rest are legionnaires. In addition, there is a full cart of weapons, enough to equip 100 people. The little pony stepped forward, his face full of excitement. Yo, people can go in, the weapons are to be kept, and we have to check. We'll talk about it when we've checked. Zhang Yu raised his eyebrows, his face was full of joy, and he was equipped with 100 people's weapons. This was a big gain. Zhang Yu, do you dare to intercept our Zhao family's weapons? Zhao Yaxin's face became more and more ugly. It was not easy to move out of Zhao's house on the road before, but now that she has arrived at the door of her house, can she still be bullied? Haha, Miss Zhao is really good at joking. Where are these people from the Zhao family? They are clearly survivors from outside. Looking at Miss Zhao's face, it's not bad to let them enter the city. As for these guns, I said, they need to be checked. Zhang Yu laughed, with such a large piece of fat in front of him, can he not eat it? I said, they are all from my Zhao family, and these weapons are also from our Zhao family. Zhang Yu, do you want the Zhao family and the Zhang family to go to war? Zhao Yaxin raised her head stubbornly. Fang Fan was her savior. No matter what, she had to take care of today's affairs. And you have to take care of it. Go to war. I'm afraid it's not your decision, right? Get off. The car and the weapon stay. Zhang Yu turned to look at Fang Fan, with murderous intent in his eyes. My things, no one can move. Fang Fan got out of the car and stared at the man in black with the imprint of zombie teeth on his face, and his words couldn't help but contain some anger. Yo-he, you were looking for death. You were so arrogant in my territory. You were looking for death. Zhang Yu was immediately amused, and slapped him over. Fang Fan grabbed his hand directly, and then twisted his backhand. Gotcha. The sound of brittle bones came. I don't want to cause trouble, don't overdo it. Fang Fan snorted coldly, and Guanhai came over with the Yellow Turban leader army, and directly selected the few horses that Zhang Yu brought. The bullet hit the leader of the Yellow Turbans, barely leaving a white mark. When Fang Fan pointed a gun at his head, Zhang Yu's expression changed dramatically. He knew very well that he had encountered a tough stubble today. These guys are so strong. Boy, you have a seat. Make way. Zhang Yu clenched his hands tightly, and his teeth collided and rattled. If you want to play, you can accompany you anytime. Fang Fan stretched out his hand and slapped Zhang Yu's face twice, without the slightest fear. As a newcomer, he didn't want to see blood, and he didn't want to be too arrogant. After all, I came here to open a card shop. If I just came here, it would be bloody. Would it still be possible to stay? Fang Fan, you shouldn't have come out just now. That person belongs to the Zhang family and is used to being domineering. If he finds you in the future, you will mention our Zhao family. Number 31. Chapter 31 Opening. Zhao Yaxin had a worried look on her face, but Fang Fan seemed indifferent. Some people just need to clean up. After 2 extra meals, everything will be fine. It's alright, I'll pay attention. Fang Fan's eyes swept around the city. There was still some order, but it was full of apocalypse. There were zombies everywhere, and there were many beautiful women standing on the street and fluttering in the wind. Every now and then someone would walk over with a few pieces of bread and take one. This is 1,000 magic crystals, thank you for sending us back, thank you. Then I'll go first. By the way, in the future, how can I contact you? Zhao Yaxin hesitated for a moment, then asked. Contact me. I should open a card shop in a certain street. You can come to support me. In a short time, it should be here. Fang Fan took over the magic crystal, and the deal ended here. Fang Fan and his people searched the edge of the inner city as much as possible, trying to find a slightly more open shop. These shops along the way are basically closed, and from time to time, there are several shops that sell weapons, guns and food. To survive in the last days, in addition to weapons, it is food, and these 2 businesses are also the most popular. It's just here, there aren't many people, it's more secluded. This will be our card shop in the future. Fang Fan looked at the 2 up and down buildings in front of him with satisfaction. It should have been a commercial street, but it was later abandoned. Ding, the location of the card shop is successful. The strongest card shop is officially established. The reward is a gilt signboard and a professional high-end container. Gilt signboard. Extremely hard, made of extraterrestrial meteorites. Remarks. If you go bankrupt, you can consider turning it into a magic weapon. Professional high-end container. Invulnerable to water and fire, non-erodible and cool to the touch. Remarks. It's not an artifact, it seems to be an artifact. Looking at the gilt signboard and professional high-end container, Fang Fan couldn't help but complain for a while. Rewards just break things like this. It's quite enough. The 6 characters of the strongest card shop on the gilt signboard are lifelike, and the gilt quality is full of force. The descriptions and card slots of various cards are automatically carried on the professional high-end container. It saves Fang Fan to explain it word by word. Ding. In order to celebrate the opening of the strongest card shop, the immediate mission is released. Task. The turnover must exceed 10,000 low-grade magic crystals within 3 days. Success reward. Unknown. Failure penalty. The card shop starts the self-destruction program. Remarks. Earn as many magic crystals as possible. There will be additional rewards. Fang Fan murmured and complained for a while. Since he came, let's rest for a while. Since the end of the world, I have been rolling around in the zombies day and night, but now I have the opportunity to take a good rest. As for the customer thing, just let it happen. The signboard is there. The one who wishes to take the bait. Fang Fan made a general calculation of his net worth, plus the 1,000 magic crystal commission paid by Zhao Yaxin. He has almost accumulated more than 5,000 magic crystals now. These magic crystals are earned by selling cards, and they are also picked up by fighting zombies all the way. Fang Fan wondered if he should clear all these magic crystals, all used to draw cards. Ding. If the host wants to use magic crystals for card extraction, the original price will be doubled and charged 10 times. Note. And if you draw cards by yourself, there will be no commission draw, and there will be no exclusive card draw opportunities to accumulate. Number 32. Chapter 32 10 times the price. Fang Fan's mouth twitched, so vicious. The dog system is going to draw his blood. 10 times the price, what a bastard. I need an explanation. Fang Fan took a few breaths, feeling extremely unhappy in his heart. At the same time, I am also thinking about it, why don't I give the magic crystal to others in the future and let them buy it on their behalf? Ding, the host's luck is sky high. The chance of opening a treasured card is very high, and this price is very reasonable. Ding, a friendly reminder, if the host wants to give the magic crystals to others for a substitute draw, it is extremely uneconomical. Ding, 10 times the price is only suitable for the cards that need to be drawn. The daily series of cards are at the original price of the host. Fang Fan opened his mouth. He always felt that this dog system was just like the roundworm in his stomach. What the heck, this guy knows what he thinks. According to the meaning of the dog system, Fang Fan is more powerful, and his luck is invincible. The cards that are opened are likely to be limited editions, so it is reasonable to charge a little more. Fang Fan carefully recalled the time when the exclusive card was drawn before. It seemed that this was the case. Although most of them were blank cards, they finally won the promotion card gift package. Let Fang Fan directly get 10 promotion cards. It's not unacceptable if it looks like this. Huchi. Mad. It hurts labor and capital. I almost died this time. Those people from big families are really nothing, and the Legion Carter, which was obtained by labor and capital to kill zombies, was robbed again. Grass. It's really bad luck. The key is that this arm is still abolished. I need to stop the bleeding quickly. If it doesn't stop bleeding, I'm afraid I will die. Mad. When did a shop open in such a desolate place? The strongest card shop. What is it? Wang Lu barged in with a bewildered look on his face. This street is relatively desolate in the surrounding area, and usually some nightingales would bring people here to stay overnight. He was also chased and killed and had no choice but to run over to avoid it. You guys, who sell cards? Wang Lu walked in and saw the cards placed in the professional high-end counter, and his eyes suddenly turned green. Look at it for yourself, the prices are all there, and you can say what you want. Fang Fan lay on the Taishi chair and swayed leisurely. Wang Lu glanced around and panicked a little. When he saw the cards in the counter, he wanted to go and snatch them. But at first glance, there were many sturdy men guarding the surrounding area, and he immediately dismissed the idea. If you really want to do it, who will rob whom? Draw a card. 1 magic crystal at the black iron level. 100 magic crystals at the bronze level. Daily card. 5 magic crystals for serum card. 5 magic crystals for healing card. My Sao, there is a healing card. Such a rare card. A card that can save lives. Just sell 5 magic crystals. Boss, is this true? Wang Lu's eyes suddenly turned red, and looking at the arm that was still bleeding out, Wang Lu seemed to see the way forward in the direction. A healing card can save a life. Healing card, 5 magic crystals, hand in magic crystal in one hand, and goods in the other. Fang Fan stretched his waist and glanced at the guy in front of him. This was the first client, but this client seemed a little miserable. There are countless wounds on the body, and there is a huge gap on the right arm, which is obviously slashed by someone with a knife. Number 33. Chapter 33 Wang Lu's counterattack. I have a magic crystal. For you. Wang Lu took out the magic crystal vigilantly, and glanced at Fang Fan in disbelief. The healing card only sells 5 magic crystals. It always feels a little wrong. Hey, I'll give you a healing card. Ding. The host sells a healing card, the price is 5 magic crystals, and the draw is 0.5 magic crystals. The daily series of cards are not counted in the number of exclusive card draws. Every time Fang Fan makes a transaction, a record will be displayed on the system panel. Hey, cool, it really is a healing card. My arm, I've saved it, almost died, but this feeling, so comfortable, if you don't die, you will have good luck. Watching the injury gradually recover, Wang Lu's vigilance gradually loosened, although he felt that there should be no such stupid businessman in this world. The healing card that can save lives only sells 5 magic crystals. The price is so low that it explodes. In the apocalypse, a healing card is equivalent to a life. But the facts told Wang Lu that these were all real. This weird shop is real, and they are not black shops, otherwise, they could have killed him directly while he was seriously injured. Give me 5 more healing cards, and 2 more serum cards. These are 35 magic crystals. Wang Lu licked his tongue and asked carefully, he was afraid that there would not be so many goods here. It's just that Fang Fan's actions once again made him more confident. Fang Fan didn't even lift his head, just threw the card out, and then the clerk Chen Bu, who was standing beside him, put away the magic crystal. Give me 50 more black iron cards like this. Wang Lu touched his pocket and counted it carefully. There were almost 50 or so magic crystals left. Ding. The host sells 50 black iron level cards, sells 50 magic crystals, and draws 5 magic crystals. The type is a drawing card, and it is counted 5 times in the number of exclusive card draws. Sincerely 50 magic crystals. Fang Fan stretched his waist, put 50 magic crystals in his account, and then sold 50 black iron cards. I open. Food card, Shimizu card, empty card, healing card, blood earned, weapon card, I wipe it, it's cool, the Legion card, it's the Legion card, I have issued the Legion card, undead zombie army, ha ha ha, that's great, it's so cool. Wang Lu immediately screamed excitedly, the corners of his mouth twitched up and down unnaturally, and he was almost unable to close his mouth. Fang Fan also glanced at Wang Lu unexpectedly, his luck, good enough, ding, as the first customer of the strongest card shop to open, enjoy the supreme luck bonus. The voice of the dog system came, Fang Fan pouted, this guy is still engaged in marketing. Many thanks to the shopkeeper. Thanks to the shopkeeper. When I go to earn magic crystals, I will come again. Wang Lu walked out with a proud face. Today is definitely his lucky day. Lady Luck kissed him. Originally, I was in adversity, and I was ready to wait to die. But after entering the strongest card shop for a walk, I was fully armed and had everything. Even the most cherished Legion card has been opened. A celibate like him, without a family to rely on, can only make his own way in the end times. To be honest, it was a very sad day. It's okay to be oppressed on weekdays, but if you kill zombies to get something good, you basically have to honor those big families. Number 34. Chapter 34. Here, will be the place where he counterattacks. Wang Lu bowed 3 times to the strongest card shop, with a serious look and respect. Outer city zombies. Isn't that Wang Lu? I just saw him vomited blood by the Zhong family's people. He's not a humanoid. A Legion card that I finally got has been robbed. Why did it appear again? My Sao. He is intact, and there is a Legion behind him. Those things. It looks like a zombie. This is a zombie army. What adventure did this kid have? My Sao. Those zombies are so fierce. This is a weapon for harvesting zombies. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I'm so envious of Jill. Brother Wang, take me to pretend to force me to fly. Brother Wang, I'm your little brother Akyong. Brother Wang. Wang Lu had never felt so majestic, and when others asked him what adventures he had, he kept silent. His eyes involuntarily looked towards the northwest direction of the inner city. The miracle there, he didn't want him to keep it firmly in his heart. He has only one goal now, to earn more magic crystals, and then buy more cards, to make himself more awesome. Boss, the location here is not very good. Otherwise, I'll go out and advertise. Chen Bu glanced at the door of Men Keluok's shop, and couldn't help but came over and suggested. He thinks that these cards are very good, and they definitely have a bigger market. As long as someone buys them once, they will definitely come again. But I've been staying here and can't go out. I don't know that there is such an awesome card shop here. The key is that this piece is really depressed. No, it should come, it will always come. We just arrived, so keep a low profile. Fang Fan seemed very casual. He let Guanhai and Hans go out to slaughter the zombies and collect magic crystals and cards. It's still relatively safe here, and they don't need their defense. Besides, if there is a need, Fang Fan only needs to issue an order, and under telepathy, they will return to guard the store. At present, there are only Fang Fan, the shop owner, Chen Bu, the shop assistant, and Cao Hong, the commander of the Qingzhou Corps under Chen Bu. There is also a small warehouse just opened up behind the store, where weapons and ammunition are piled up like mountains. Zhou Keishan drove frantically in depression. What a bummer today. Lost the ring today. 3,000 magic crystals, and that beauty, all lost. The tortoise son of the Sun family quietly became an awakened. How come I haven't made a breakthrough until now? If I become an awakened, I can definitely get my face back. Grandmas, pretending to be arrogant in front of me, I can't bear it. It's okay to lose to others. Lose to that bastard Sun Shin. Crap, before the apocalypse, it was not worthy to carry shoes for labor and capital. Now there are 5 people and 6 people. Jocation kicked the accelerator, wanting to try the thrill of racing in this desolate place. Mad. Grass. Why is it broken? How bad is this broken car bullying labor? After Joe Kai got off the car, he yelled at his luxury car. Today's point is really back. The horse is gone, and the magic crystal and magic crystal have also lost a lot of money. The old man will probably kill him when he goes back. Grass. Find someone to repair the car. This desolate area. Is there anyone in this place? The strongest card shop. What is it? The name is quite loud. Number 35. Chapter 35. I am a local tyrant. Jocation's eyes glanced around, but he didn't see any passers-by. The sports car was broken again, only this shop seemed to be open. He strode in, ready to find 2 people to help him fix a car. This only surviving shop also looked a little cold and green. At a glance, there were only 3 people in the huge room. 2 people standing, 1 lying down. At the sight of the eye, there is a luxuriously decorated high-level professional container, and the dazzling variety of cards inside make Jocation's eyes shine. It's really a shop that sells cards. Daily Series card, Serum card, Healing card, 5 low-grade magic crystals. Eye wipe, so cheap. Draw a series of cards. 1 magic crystal at the black iron level. 100 magic crystals at the bronze level. Well, it still looks decent. The strongest card shop. Buy a card, open it. You may get an invincible army. You may also get a peerless magic weapon. It is even more likely to get a supreme elixir. Only what you can't think of. There's nothing you can't open. Jocation looked at this extraordinarily pretentious advertisement, and subconsciously pouted. However, his eyes have been attracted by the way. Where's the shopkeeper? Who is the shopkeeper? Give me 10 bronze cards. Jocation waved his hand and stared directly at the bronze level card, looking heroic and domineering. Fang Fan was lying leisurely on the Grand Master's chair and dangling. Jocation saw it when he came in, but he didn't pay much attention to it. Fang Fan suddenly stood up when he heard that he wanted to buy 10 bronze level cards. 10 bronze level cards costing 1,000 magic crystals. It's a huge business. Ding. The host sells 10 bronze level cards, priced at 1,000 magic crystals, and draws 100 magic crystals. The type is a series of cards drawn, and it is counted in the number of exclusive card draws once. 1,000 magic crystals of sincerity. Fang Fan put the card in his hand and looked at Jocation with a smile. Let me see if it's true or false. In case you're doing pyramid schemes. There was a look of distrust in Jocation's eyes. Our shop rules. First hand over the magic crystal, and then give the card. Fang Fan continued to smile, looking very amiable. Humph, do you know who I am? Jocation's expression darkened, and he seemed a little unhappy. What's going on? Makes it seem like the young master will lose some of your magic crystals. I don't know whether to continue trading or make trouble. Please speak up. Fang Fan glanced at Jocation and wiped away the smile on his face. Chen Biyu and Cao Hong put their arms around their chests and walked over leisurely. Jocation's complexion changed. What's the matter? Is it still a black shop? He is not an awakened. Look at the 3 people in here. It's not easy to deal with. Jocation glanced at the desolate street behind him, and he couldn't help but start playing drums in his heart. Ha ha ha, just kidding, take it seriously. This is 1,000 magic crystals. I want to see what cards are worth this price. Jocation threw the magic crystal over, and there was a hint of viciousness in his eyes. If you dare to fool labor and capital, I will take someone to copy this black shop. Blank card, food card, Shimizu card, another blank card. It's still a blank card. There were 9 cards in a row, and they were basically common waste cards. Seeing that the 900 magic crystals were wiped away, Jocation's face was a little wrong. Number 36. Chapter 36 Awakening card. In Jocation's heart, he has basically decided that this so-called card shop is just a pretense. What a pit. I don't know how to cast a blind eye on these cards. In fact, they are all waste cards. Although the food card and the water card are quite precious in the apocalypse, it is obvious that 100 magic crystals cannot be exchanged for it. Last piece. Awakening card. What? Introduction. It can help humans with deviant aptitudes to be forced to awaken, and there is a 30% chance of becoming awakened. Remarks. This has always been a favorite of Waste Wood. The moment he saw the awakening card, Fang Fan was quite surprised. Because this is a brand new card. So, I have a chance to become an awakened. Use the awakening card. The moment he opened the awakening card, Jocation quickly used it on himself, as if someone was robbing him. Ah, it hurts. Hiss, it hurts to death. Jocation lay directly on the ground and started rolling and mourning. This process lasted for 3 minutes. Hoo, it's finally over. What kind of shit is this? No, I feel like my power has grown a lot. I'm also awake. Name. Jocation. Level. 1-star awakened power. Obviously, he had a 30% chance of success, and his luck was not bad. The owner. Thank you so much. It was my attitude just now. Your shop is not a black shop. Jocation's hands trembled slightly, his face full of excitement. When he thought of the scene where he was slapped in the face by Sun Shin before, he couldn't hold back his excitement any longer. Isn't this bastard just relying on himself to be an awakened? Show off your power in front of him. Now so is he. It's okay, the customer is God. Fang Fan shrugged in disapproval. As long as you give the magic crystal, anything can be said. Give me another set of 10 bronze level cards. Jocation soon showed the style of a local tyrant again. 1,000 magic crystals seemed to him. He didn't care at all. Blank card. Food card. The local tyrant gold sports car card. After the 10 bronze level cards were opened, a shiny card almost blinded Fang Fan's titanium alloy dog's eyes. It was so dazzling. Open the local tyrant gold sports car card. Just as Jocation's voice fell, a golden light flickered. Fang Fan subconsciously covered his eyes with his hands. When he opened his eyes again, his mouth had involuntarily turned into an O shape. As for Jocation, he rushed over with a look of excitement. Item. Local gold sports car. Introduction. The whole body is made of high-precision local gold, with 2 small cannons. Acceleration is 1 meter per square second. Remarks. The absolute magic weapon for pretending to be a girl. This is the god of cars. Fang Fan's eyes glanced around the local tyrant's golden sports car, and indeed found 2 cannon muzzles at the front end of the chassis. The caliber is not large, but it looks very cool. The color of the local tyrant's gold, it's so dazzling. The most important thing is that the acceleration actually reached 1 meter per square second. You must know that an ordinary perverted sports car can reach 3. I have to say that it really makes sense to evaluate a pretentious artifact. Because it's really enough. Buzzing. Jocation sat in the driver's seat with excitement on his face, then caught fire, and stepped on the accelerator to the end. A cool one. After a while, the car was gone. Number 37. Chapter 37 Cool Local Tyrant Gold. A few minutes later, there was another blast of flying sand and rocks. The luxury cars and sports cars I've driven have not had 100 or 80, but those with $1 aren't that awesome. Shopkeeper. Thank you. It's so cool. When I go back and save some magic crystals, I'll spend it again. Jocation bowed his hands to Fang Fan. The excitement in his eyes was beyond words to describe. Sai Wang lost his horse and knew it was not a blessing. He only understood the true meaning of this sentence today. If he hadn't been bullied by Sun Shin's slap in the face, he wouldn't have been blindly running around in a sports car. If he didn't run blindly, his car would not have broken down in this desolate street. His sports car isn't bad, and there's no way he can get into this awesome card shop. Naturally, it is impossible to obtain an awakening card to become an awakened person, and it is even more impossible to obtain this cool to the extreme local tyrant gold sports car. You deserve it, your luck. Okay. Fang Fan nodded indifferently. This local tyrant Jinhao car looks very cool, but it is not applicable in actual combat. On the contrary, because the color is too bright, it will become the target of zombies. Of course, if it's used to pretend. It's definitely enough. Watching Jocation go away, Fang Fan continued to return to the store. At this time, Guanhai and Hans returned with the 2 major armies. My lord, the bloody battle is a day and a night, killing more than 10,000 zombies. Obtaining 1,300 magic crystals, and more than 100 cards of various kinds. There are 2 promotion cards, 2 weapon cards, and a special card. While reporting the brilliant achievements, Guanhai delivered the special cards to Fang Fan separately. Recruiting card. Introduction. It can replenish troops for the incomplete legion with a commander to reach the full state. Remarks. In theory, all legions are undead warriors. Fang Fan was stunned after reading the introduction, recruiting card. Fang Fan understood the meaning. For example, if several Yellow Turban leaders were injured or killed in the Yellow Turban leader army, you can use this recruiting card, and you can immediately replenish the vacant Yellow Turban leaders. The premise is that the commander Guanhai has never been injured. Chen Bu, your Qingzhou army corps was crippled before, and now it's just right for you. Fang Fan directly handed the recruitment card to Chen Bu, and glanced at Cao Hong who was quite excited. This was just an opportunity to experiment. Boss, this is too precious. Chen Bu pursed his lips, his hands trembled slightly, he knew very well the true value of the recruiting card. Hee, your Qingzhou army corps has recovered, and it is also improving my combat power. Aren't we one? Don't ink it. Fang Fan waved his hand. Now Chen Bu is the only employee of the store. Both of them are from Yangcheng, and theoretically they are still dependent on each other. At this time, it's really not necessary to divide each other. What Fang Fan needs now is the promotion card. As long as he has enough promotion cards, he can completely expand his army. Survival in the apocalypse, strength is respected. Fang Fan, you are indeed here. I sent people to search all over the inner city. How did you open your shop here? It's too remote, isn't it? A familiar female voice came from outside the door. Fang Fan's eyes turned away, and a shadow drifted in. It was Zhao Yaxin who met on the way. Today's Zhao Yaxin is wearing a pink gauze skirt, which adds a more feminine charm compared to the black dress she wore in the wild before. Fang Fan was a little lost for a while. Number 38. Chapter 38. I prefer the quiet here. Fang Fan stood up and smiled. Quiet, indeed. It's just too quiet. Since you are in business, you naturally have to move towards the downtown area. I still have a few shops in the core business district, or should I give rent to you first? Zhao Yaxin sat generously in front of Fang Fan, looking at the professional high-end container in front of Fang Fan. She couldn't help being dazed. She didn't take it seriously when she saw that the name of the shop was called the Strongest Card Shop, just now. After all, in the entire Zhongcheng inner city, it seems that no one is qualified to do this card business. On the one hand, the card explosion rate is too low. On the other hand, the exchange rate of various cards is even more problematic. Now the only fruit on the market is the exchange of some common cards such as water cards and food cards. And someone like Fang Fan actually directly marked the price of the healing card and serum card. 5 low-grade magic crystals. This price is too cheap. Fighting against zombies outside, casualties are inevitable, and being eaten by zombies and infected with viruses is more commonplace. Therefore, these 2 cards are also very precious strategic resources. No, I don't like liveliness, it's pretty good here. Fang Fan waved his hand. He didn't need to be so high profile at first. In this type of business, he is not afraid of no customers, but is afraid of too many customers. Oh, how many healing cards and serum cards do you have? I bought them all, but not at this price. Zhao Yaxin shook her head, biting her lips slightly, full of aura. Sorry, the price can't be lowered. Fang Fan shook his head. The price was not set by him, but controlled by the dog system. Who asked you to lower the price? I mean 20 magic crystals, a serum card or a healing card, I want all of them. 5 magic crystals, it's too cheap, you will suffer. Zhao Yaxin blinked. Fang Fan was taken aback for a while. This woman can. Thank you, but no need, just this price, and how much do you need? Fang Fan raised his head and asked. How much do you have here? How much do I want? The corners of Zhao Yaxin's mouth raised slightly, and she raised her head confidently. Well, as many as you want. You can say whatever you want. Fang Fan was ashamed, it was too laborious to communicate. Zhao Yaxin was stunned for a moment. How much do you want? When did this life-saving card become Chinese cabbage? 10 serum cards and 10 healing cards each. Okay, no problem. 100 of each, no problem. How about 1,000 of each? The magic crystal is in the account, you can. Fang Fan waved his hand. The speed will be solved. What are you doing with so much trouble? Now it's Zhao Yaxin's turn to be surprised. Her two beautiful eyes stared at Fang Fan and began to look up and down. In her eyes, Fang Fan is not the kind of person who likes to talk big. Since he said it, he must have so many serum cards and healing cards. Such a large amount. Too scary, right? I only have more than 1,000 star stones here. First give me 100 of each. Zhao Yaxin's face was a little flushed, and she felt quite embarrassed. I just said big words, and now I'm slapped in the face. 100 serum cards, 100 healing cards, 1,000 spirit stones of sincerity, please take them. Fang Fan pushed out 200 cards and collected 1,000 magic crystals. Seeing these cards in front of her eyes, Zhao Yaxin took a deep breath. She was completely convinced. Number 39. Chapter 39 Holy Angel Bloodline. Although she didn't know where Fang Fan came from, the fact was in front of her, so she couldn't help but believe it. Draw a series of cards. Black iron level cards, bronze level cards. Bring me 100 black iron cards and 1 bronze card. Zhao Yaxin didn't have any unnecessary nonsense this time, and spoke directly. Sincerely 200 magic crystals, this is the card you need. Fang Fan pushed the card over, and Zhao Yaxin couldn't wait to open it. Sarah card, blank card. Among the 100 black iron cards, all of them are normal ordinary cards, and there is nothing unusual about them. It's just that the bronze level card seems to have opened a relatively special card. Holy Angel Bloodline Card. Introduction. Use this card to integrate into the bloodline of the Holy Angel and become the inheritor of the blood of the Holy Angel, and your combat power will be greatly increased. Remarks. This is a relatively high-level bloodline. Blood card. This is rather surprising. Improve the bloodline. Integrate into the angel bloodline. This is so. Going to become a birdman. Use the bloodline card. Without any hesitation, Zhao Yaxin opened the bloodline card directly, only to see a white light flashing, and a little white starlight gradually condensed into Zhao Yaxin's body. Immediately, at a speed visible to the naked eye, white wings actually grew on her back. Fang Fan's face is dumbfounded. Is there such a thing as such an operation? Is this too harsh? Is this a normal human being? From Fang Fan's point of view, I feel that Zhao Yaxin has an inexplicable sacred and noble temperament, and subconsciously has a feeling of wanting to worship. My wings. Receive. Zhao Yaxin snorted softly, and the wings behind her began to slowly retract, restoring her tranquility and beauty. Fang Fan, thank you. I feel that my strength has improved a lot. I have also become an awakener. Zhao Yaxin's face showed joy. Becoming an awakened is definitely a great thing. Although the end of the world has come for a few days, but the number of awakened people is not many, this is still the privilege of some geniuses. Even though Zhao Yaxin is the eldest lady of the Zhao family and has endless resources, she is still subject to her talent. Incorporating the blood of the Holy Angel, it made her soar to the sky and completely transformed. This is your chance. Besides, you spend magic crystals. In my card shop, as long as you have magic crystals, you can achieve all impossible dreams. Need something else? Fang Fan smiled. Don't be jealous of what treasures his customers got. On the contrary, the more satisfied the customer is, the higher the evaluation will be given, and the more repeat customers will be in the future. 1 past 10, 10 past 100. This is the best advertising effect. With more guests, Fang Fan earned more magic crystals, and the chance to draw exclusive cards. Naturally, more. For the time being shameless, all the magic crystals on my body are spent. When I save a little more, I'll definitely come back. Zhao Yaxin glanced at Fang Fan with a hesitant look on her face. She came in fact, with a small task. He has seen the combat power of the 2 legions under Fang Fan's command, and they are very powerful. For an individual, it is a high-end force, and for a force, it is a symbol of majesty. He came here today to win over Fang Fan to Zhao's house. I used to be very confident, but now. Number 40. Chapter 40 The Gangster's Revenge Plan. In fact, the 2,000 demon sovereigns were also used to collect Fang Fan, which was a welcome gift for Fang Fan to join the Zhao family. It's been a few days since you came to Zhongcheng. You should have heard of our Zhao family, right? Zhao Yaxin hesitated for a moment, then calmly began to ask. Success or not, always have to try. Fang Fan nodded, one of the 4 major families in Zhongcheng, with great power. Along with Zhong, Zhou, and Sun. In Zhongcheng, in addition to these 4 major clan forces, there are several small clan forces, but they are nothing compared to the 4 major clans, and there is no comparison. What if I invite you to join our Zhao family? Treat him as a senior guest and treat him favorably, how about it? Zhao Yaxin is also doing her last effort. She glanced at the exquisite professional high-end container in front of her with a look of regret on her face. Fang Fan is too mysterious. He wants to explore his mystery, but he doesn't know where to start. Sorry, I don't have this idea for a while. Fang Fan shook his head subconsciously, to join a big family. Become a guest secretary, being nurtured, this kind of thing, for him, never thought about it. Don't think about it anymore. So direct. Our Zhao family is so unpopular. Zhao Yaxin said in a half-coquettish tone, watching the beauty throw a wink. Fang Fan stepped back subconsciously. What's the matter? What a disaster. Can't stand it. You also saw that I have my own shop here. I'm too busy, so I won't consider other things for the time being. If you have business next time, remember to take care of me. Fang Fan stretched his waist. He has been getting more and more lazy recently. Perhaps it was because the killing was too much a few days before the end of the world. This phenomenon is not good, too comfortable. Of course, you are here, but a treasure trove. But, you have to pay attention to yourself. The inner city is not absolutely safe. If someone comes to make trouble, you can play the sign of our Zhao family. In the inner city, the 3 sects and 9 streams still dare not fight against our Zhao family. Zhao Yaxin said quickly from the side, the words were full of caring. Thank you. Fang Fan was stunned for a moment. Although he didn't intend to use anyone's momentum, they were also kind. Inner city, bustling streets. What kind of car? It's so eye-catching. I'll wipe it. There's a cannon on that car. Everyone, be careful. The speed of this car is so fast. Dodge and dodge. Who is so blatantly racing? Didn't you see that this was the Sun family's venue? This kid is crazy. Hush. Don't talk nonsense. It's the big young man of the Joe family. Do you don't want to live? He hear him. Appreciate you a grain of peanuts. Master Joe. Joe-cation. Hee. Who am I supposed to be? It turned out to be this big scoundrel, who was beaten in the face by Sun Shin of the Sun family before. Is this looking for a place? What kind of place are you looking for? This kind of dude can play with these broken hands. The one from the Sun family is already an awakened. Between them, the difference in combat power is too great. Haha, if this is done, the young master of the Joe family will still be slapped in the face. He will humiliate himself. Wait for a good show, but this car is really handsome. A group of melon eaters gathered around, and after the local tyrant's gold sports car stopped, they all leaned over to look at it. Looking at the golden appearance, the holiday was about to flow out. Number 41.